Welcome to Ethan Hahn Plus, the podcast where dreams take center stage. On this show, we're all about spotlighting the incredible talents and passions of everyday people. Whether you're an aspiring artist, a person of faith, or simply someone with a story to tell, this podcast is your platform. So sit back, relax, and get ready to meet some extraordinary individuals. Because here at Ethan Hahn Plus, everyone has a chance to shine. Uh-oh, look who's back. Ethan Hahn is back with another episode. Oh my gosh, Ethan, you've been so consistent lately. I have. And we've been getting in the views. We've been getting in the content. We thank you for everything. I'm not doing that scripted intro that I was doing the past few episodes because I feel like it wasn't me. This is more me. Just hitting record and slapping you in the face with this. Yeah, just like that. Is that how it feels for you? We're just coming at you with the content because we're here to make content. Ooh, here we go. We're just gonna go off the rails today. We're just gonna start talking because that's what this podcast is about. To bring people together, to talk about life, to talk about the nitty gritty of this floating rock we are on. Yeah. And joining me today, we have a full panel, everybody. Joining me to my right, returning for a second time, this time as a co-host. Please welcome back Kaleb Vaughan.
Yay.
Whoa, Kaleb Vaughan.
Good to see everyone.
How are you, sir?
Fantastic. Just came back from a long drive from Lynchburg.
Yeah, well, how long is that drive?
5 hours.
5 hours. So. Caleb here goes to Liberty. Shout out to Esports.
Liberty Esports.
Yeah,
shout
the
out.
director of Esports is
We'll be
here.
talking about that more.
Yeah. Well, how exciting. He's returned, and he's going to be sharing some of his hosting skills here.
Had to be a chauffeur for Ethan's guest.
Yeah, there we go. Because this got put together yesterday.
Yep.
This episode got put together yesterday, which kind of shows that we're not going scripted here. Yeah, we're just going to ask a bunch of random questions. Content. And across from us, everybody, we have an honorary Asian, I believe, at this point.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that. I'll give you that credit. I'll give you the card. I'll give you the yellow card.
I'll
go
take
from there.
And it's an honor.
Everyone, please welcome Michael Bremmer to the podcast.
Hello.
Yes, Michael. All right. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling pretty lively. You know,
you sound
my
lively.
voice.
Yeah, we'll get into that too.
Yeah,
but
of course.
He's holding the record right now, or the what's it called? The whatever it is, the trophy of first podcast guest to have no voice on the podcast. So
I did it on purpose.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, thank you.
It sounds cool.
Thank you.
And next to him is someone I just met. He just walked in the house, and we don't.
5 seconds ago.
Listen, he could be a murderer, and I don't even know this. But they just brought in some stranger. But Michael Bremmer's brother, Adam Bremmer.
Yay, Adam!
Yay.
It's me. What's the origin story here? How do you know the Bremmers?
Gosh.
Yeah.
We go way back.
Yeah, we go way back.
Because me and Michael met through a VBS.
Yes.
I think that was the first time we met.
Back in...
It was
2 years ago.
Awesome
21.
God.
Yeah,
It was 2022. It was summer 2022.
Yeah.
The first VBS I went to, and I went with Caleb to your guys' church here in Delaware. And I just had a blast. I mean, I knew Caleb before that, but that's when I first met you guys. And when I first became an honorary Filipino. And I was welcome to the family.
Yep,
right?
there you go.
Yeah.
But origin story, gosh. I probably met Adam first, I think.
I asked you this recently. We don't remember.
Yeah, it was pretty. I think so. Everyone knows about Liberty Esports. They know like that whole shebang and whatever. Pretty much through that, we kind of met mutual friend named Trevor that we talked to. I think we met through him. But I talked to Adam, and got to know him a little bit more. And then I met this kid, Michael, and then. I thought. First impressions of Michael. The first time I heard about him was I hear his deep voice. Obviously, you guys can hear it now. I thought he was some muscular dude, like huge guy. Yeah, 6 foot, muscular dude. And I was like, oh, let's meet up. So we go and meet up at what was it called?
Spartans.
Spartans over
near where Adam and I live in Fairfax.
near in Fairfax. Here walks in this kid with glasses, a button-up shirt, and khaki shorts.
Yeah, bro.
Super typical Christian.
Dude. Yeah, but I mean that's how we met, through esports, so connections made through there.
I had to dress up nice for my future Pookie Bear.
Yeah. He stole me from the he stole basically all of Adam's friends from his friend group.
Adam was one of the founders of Liberty Esports and made lots of friends through there and connections, and me being 6 years younger than him, coming into Liberty, specifically Liberty Esports, I kind of just adopted his friend group and made them my own.
Love that. Yeah.
And then soon after, moved in and started living with Kaleb and one of our friends, Noah. And we've kind of just been, best friends ever since. So,
Look at that. Video games
bring people together.
Bringing people together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait. So you're 6 years younger than Adam.
Yes.
So, okay. So wait, I'm trying to put things together here. You're not in school anymore.
No,
Okay.
I'm graduated.
You graduated. So you're just stopping by Delaware to hang out with the Vaughns?
No, he lives with us
Yeah.
in Lynchburg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I work at the school. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. So still kind of there doing Liberty things. All right. And you guys are all three of you still heavily involved in esports.
Yes.
Yeah,
very much
yeah.
so.
Hence the name Coach Adam.
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
Oh, Coach Adam for esports.
Yeah.
What is that? Okay, wait. Okay, what entails? All right.
Oh,
How
here we
does
go.
coaching go for esports? I'm curious for like all that like tournaments and video games. Like, because
All
I'm
you
just
big men. Here we go.
that's actually a genuine question. I have no
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
where. Yeah.
I try to make sure I don't always succeed, that they don't tilt off the face of the planet when they do poorly.
Yeah.
And then more game specific, because I coach League of Legends for these guys, and that involves a draft phase where you pick characters to optimize your composition and whatnot that you go into the game with. And so I'm kind of in charge of that, making sure we don't completely grief the game that we're about to play.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And then I also will go over practices with them, making sure they're getting the right feedback they need and whatnot. So
Practices. I guess you guys are just playing the game.
Yeah.
That's just it. Like,
So-
like when
we'll
it comes
scrimmage
to
opponents.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like other colleges and other stuff like that. So or sometimes we'll just run like random games within the client. So yeah.
how often are tournaments?
We
So-
got a game every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
And it's different. Every college. Does every college have any esports?
Most of the big ones do.
Yeah.
Mostly the big name colleges, like obviously Delaware has their own esports.
They're currently competing in CLOL, which is it just stands for Collegiate League of Legends, and that's the tournament that is run. Is it still run by Riot? Okay,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you still get League Unlocked.
yeah. So the makers of the game,
Run
League
their
of
own
Legends,
tournament.
Riot Games, they run their own collegiate scene, and that only happens during the spring semester. They have like a fall off season that you can play casually, but the official league happens during spring. So this is you guys are in the open bracket right now. There's a premier one with the top schools in it. So maybe we'll make it there one day.
One day.
Is it always League of Legends? You guys are always playing. What different games like happen in the
Liberty
tournaments?
Esports has
Liberty Esports has a lot
lots.
of games. So I think when we originally were founded, I don't know, Adam could tell you this because obviously he was there longer than I was. We offered pretty much everything we could get our hands on, I thought. So.
As long as there's a collegiate league for the game, we had a team for it, or tried to at least.
Have you gone up against? I know, isn't Matt Malawana in UD Esports?
Yeah.
Have you gone up against him?
Well, he plays Overwatch, so not really, unfortunately. I want to, but no,
That would be
not
funny,
really.
yeah.
But yeah, we just didn't line up, I think he's seen our team before, like on the league or whatever, but he hasn't played them. So
Nice.
but, yeah, a lot of respect for Matt. We love Matt. Shout
We
out to
do love
Matt.
Matt. Love
But
you, Matt.
when we love Matt. When
love
it
Matt.
comes to esports, it's considered like, I mean, what are you guys going to for you, Michael, and you, Kaleb? What are you guys actually going to school for?
Yeah.
What are you guys? there?
I'm currently getting my bachelor's for IT with a cognate in gaming design.
Okay.
And that's been pretty cool. It's only really been picking up in the gaming design aspect in the last couple semesters. And it's not really gaming design. They kind of just throw a couple arts classes at you, and they're like, "Yeah, you're designing a game, I guess." I throw shade at it, but actually this semester I'm in like this cool 3D modeling class, and I feel like that can actually be applied to making a video game. I've been having a lot of fun with that.
That's cool.
But I was mainly because I'm on my computer almost every day, and I'm like, if I'm gonna go to college, I'll do something with computers. So I started in software engineering, and then that had too much math, so I switched to IT, and I still get to do the programming and coding and all that fun stuff, but I don't have to do the math. So
Nice. Okay.
that's been my college experience so far.
Was it discrete mathematics that got you?
I did fail discrete mathematics, and then it was from then on, I'm like, nope, no
so he's
more.
not an honorary Asian. There we go.
I-
Now that-
There you go. Yeah.
Which was funny. In high school, I like math used to be my thing. I'm like, oh, math is my favorite subject because it just makes sense. There's only really one answer for the most part.
Oh, how wrong you were.
I know how wrong I was.
As soon as they added letters, you were like, nope.
Forget that.
X shows up more in math than in the English dictionary, I thought there was a problem with it. Fair. And I just said, no more. No, thank you. I'm good.
I'll never. I've forgotten everything that I learned in high school.
I don't remember anything either.
For you though, what are you going to college for?
I get my my Masters of Divinity. So
Masters of Divinity.
Yeah, upper graduate level program. Focused in Christian thought. Don't ask me what that means. I just know I wanted to take more theology classes. Nice. But yeah, no, I enjoy it. Teachers are great. People are great. Don't really have anything more to say about it. I'm getting paid to go for free.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So love that.
Yeah, love that. No complaints there.
Yeah, no complaints there. And I get to hang out with these guys. So, it's pretty fun. Cool. But, it's nice because you get to make that bridge, with esports as well. I know a big push because the goal for us entirely is to get to recognition with the school, because UD is obviously recognized with the school, with them having, their own space and everything like that. That's our entire goal, is to get that. So using my degree, to kind of bridge Christianity with esports, is important, because we want to throw that to them and be like, hey, this is something we can use. But also just getting us recognition is really important for us. We're in the MOOC process currently.
Yeah.
So we're in SGA, Student Government Association. That's helping us out big time.
That's good. So, just building the credibility so they can take it more serious and stuff like that. I mean, if you don't mind, how do you guys do in the tournaments? Do you guys win in a lot, or the coaches here?
Depending on the
We've
game.
had some good teams.
No, we've had some good teams. We've had our Smash. So Liberty has a Smash scene, or like the city does, technically, called Lynchburg Smash. Those guys are nuts. I don't understand. Those guys are crazy.
That's Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Sorry.
Just for clarification.
Should have clarified, but no.
For those of you who don't know.
Yeah, all those guys are crazy. Our Siege team went pretty far that one year.
Yeah. We've had a lot of different iterations of Siege teams.
Rainbow Six Siege, by the way, to clarify what that is. Sorry, I got to clarify now that Adam's looking at me the entire time.
All this lingo, this video game lingo.
I know there's poor people who don't understand what it is, but I mean, all have had success. Let's just say that we're doing the best that we can without funding from the school.
Yeah,
because we're going up against teams who have players that have been scholarshiped for at least 4 years, or full-time scholarships
with
for what they're doing.
Dedicated practice centers in their school buildings.
Yeah. And we've beaten one of the Davenport when we beat Davenport.
That was an upset. Davenport was a top 10
team in the country
for Rainbow Six Siege,
and we beat them.
It
was so funny
because I used to be the manager for Rainbow Six Siege, and it was that me, you, Trevor was there, and then it was Logan/you, and Circle was on that team.
Yeah, we that whole week took a lot of practice, because I remember we went into it, we were like, all right, we're playing Davenport. So we had this guy who was our coach at the time. His name is Vesp. Shout out to Vesp if he listens to this at some point. Yeah. Insane. He's just super smart, analytical. He was semi-pro, so he kind of went kind of professional a little bit. Played through the Challenger leagues, through Siege and everything like that. But he offered to coach us for free, mind you.
Yeah.
Man, just very thankful for what he did, because even without him, for that whole week we practiced, we would have never beaten that team if we didn't have him. So. Yeah, pretty fun
exciting
stuff.
What's everyone's bread and butter? Like for you, Kaleb? What if there's a certain game, put person on this. What's the game that you guys put Kaleb on? If it's
I'll let you guys answer.
So I mean,
don't talk to Adam. Adam's gonna give me something really bad.
What's he suck at? Yeah.
Right now, Kaleb and I are both on the League of Legends team, the one that Adam is coaching us for.
Okay.
But like I said, we used to both play Siege. That was our bread and butter.
Yeah, that was our bread and butter.
That was our really go-to game. If you said what competitive game do you play? I would say Siege.
Dropped hours on that game.
Yeah, it's my second most played game of all time. Game's dead to me now, though. So
they've changed. I
guess my bread and butter is League. Caleb's bread and butter. I'm stuck between League or Call of Duty.
Yeah,
because this guy has spent a lot of time on Call of Duty. He used to play
Aaron.
on the team. Yeah.
So
You still play with the Gilbert and them? Because don't they play?
I played a little bit with them. They stopped a little bit because obviously wedding coming up and all that kind of stuff.
Gross.
Women taking the guys away from the guys. But
Stealing our homies.
Yeah. Probably right now Caleb's game is League.
Yeah, and then
Along with mine.
Yeah, and I'll say, gosh, that's really hard to say. Yours is probably Siege too, because I mean, even though you've not played it for a while, I think it's still Siege.
You played with us like a week ago.
Yeah,
and you were still popping up.
We were on.
I hadn't played
consulate.
for months.
Yeah.
And I hopped on with him and a couple of our friends and some random guy that had just joined the Liberty Esports server. And I was just dropping frags. I'm top fragging every game. I'm like, this game is still just so easy to me.
Yeah.
And then Adam is probably League.
Adam's definitely League. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Yeah.
I always say this to Adam. He's going to get mad at me when I say it, but I'm going to say it anyways. Mechanical skill, not there at all. No. Smart analytical
brains.
skill, 100%. It's all the way up there.
I have the hands of an 80-year-old paraplegic.
Yeah. But when it comes to the strategy though, like with the games, you're on it though. Yeah. Like hence Coach Adam here.
Yeah.
Right.
I think out of me and Adam,
out of anyone in the server, I watch pro play the most.
I think really.
Yeah.
Me and you. I think me and you are both like the top two.
Yeah.
Who watch pro play the most of League at least.
Do these get live streamed when you guys do?
Our games get live streamed. Liberty Esports on Twitch. Go check it out. Thank you.
Like if these get recorded, like people are able to like watch it while you guys are playing and stuff like that.
Adam's actually one of the casters. So.
But when you guys aren't like in tournament mode and you're just trying to like lay back, crack a beer.
Oh yeah!
If you guys, whoever does that here,
yes, the Liberty students are cracking up.
Yeah, cracking up.
Yeah, beers from Liberty students. Yeah.
What games do you just put on?
Probably just League.
And what are your thoughts on games today? Like, do you think everything's headed towards the right direction, or
no?
I don't think it is either.
No.
Elaborate on that, Michael.
Baldur's Gate and Helldivers.
What?
Baldur's Gate, Helldivers, Elden Ring.
There's like
that I gotta hear.
a single good game that comes out each year.
Sure.
And every other game is like, either a sequel or just a remake. And they're just trying to grab everyone's cash without putting any thought into the game that they're making. FIFA,
Madden,
Call of Duty, Madden, these games that like they just pump it out every year. And it's just the same thing over and over again. It peeves me so much.
A lot of games I think have done that. I was big on gaming around high school.
Yeah.
I got out of it because I started recognizing I got to start paying for so much stuff now.
Oh my gosh.
And I feel like I'm going to sound old when I say this. I'm not a big fan of downloading games. I just want to want to put the DVD
disc
in, and then it play. I know that sounds like
I kind of understand that. It's like owning the game.
I feel like when I put these days when you put the game in, it's like you have to like download it on there. And, is there enough storage? And I'm like, oh crap. I mean, again, that's on me to just get more storage for it at the end of the day. But I'm just like that. And then on top of it, when you buy it, like Star Wars Battlefront was where it started getting turned off by it.
Did you hear about that by the way?
The classic edition. That's gonna be awesome.
I know. I'm ready for it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They should just made Battlefront 3.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Those two remakes they made. I mean, the second one had its redeeming factors to it, but that's where I started being like, okay, I don't like where everything's
where the entire game is microtransactions, and you literally have to pump your money, like your hard-earned money, into the game just to win.
Yeah. Yeah. And Halo also went downhill too.
Yes.
Because Halo was my bread and butter back in the day. Like I literally played that. I was no lifing it with like 3 a.m. And just with the way it kind of went with 343, I was like, nah, like I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'm like over it. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's sad. It's genuinely sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot like single player game people, like games like Elden Ring or what other single player games came out that
you have God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, God of War, Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's
like
Gate 3.
single game players have been eating for like the past 3 years, I think. Been getting really good games. Starfield, even though some people would say it's not a good game.
Is that game good, Starfield?
I
saw
I've heard
for that.
mixed opinions.
Lots of mixed opinions.
Our friend Griff would like to say that it's good because he's coping, but other than that,
but it's like an open world space game, right?
Yeah,
open world.
Yeah.
It's a lot of copy and paste content.
Yes.
Really?
If you make an open world game today, you can't just make it open and be like, you can go over there. There's nothing over there, but you can go over there. Like if you make an open world game, you have to put content into it. That's like the point of a video game, is to give the players something to do.
Skyrim's like one of the best open world
games.
Because it's just
I love
all
Skyrim.
custom.
Yeah, when that came out, dude,
big.
Like Skyrim's a huge map with so much to do. I mean, granted, there's arguments against, stuff to do, but still, like, there's still something to do in a game like Starfield or, dare I say, Breath of the Wild. Sorry to you fanboys out there. And I'm a Zelda guy. I love Zelda.
He doesn't like Breath of the Wild.
I despise Breath of the Wild and Tears of the
Really?
Kingdom. It's
Wow.
disgusting.
I love this.
Because they made such a massive world with absolutely nothing to do. It's like, oh, there's a shrine there. It's definitely not going to be like any of the other 119 shrines that are in the game. Hello? It's like...
Break a vase, get more jewels, and then just
Yeah,
things
it's
like
like,
that. Yeah.
it's like, oh, there's this cool little thing to do. It's a Korok seed. It's like, okay, there's also 998 other Korok seeds in the game that do the exact same thing. It's just so boring and mindless, and even the dungeons, man. Even the dungeons are just so bland.
You got him started now.
Yeah,
Now he's gonna
man.
keep
I mean,
going.
I'll stop myself here,
no,
but
it's okay
just,
because I like the rant you're on because that's exactly where they took Halo Infinite. In
Yeah,
my opinion,
exactly.
'Cause,
They're like,
'cause
it's open world. It's
I
like,
was excited for it because I'm like, all right, because Halo 4 and 5 were like not great
good.
at
Yeah,
all.
not good at all.
And I'm like, all right, we're back to the original styles, a little bit art style. This is cool. I played it. The campaign was cool, but then after the campaign, the studio did nothing with the game besides multiplayer.
Multiplayer's free, which is nice.
Which they're doing a lot with, but when you're in the open world, you just go to base, killing aliens, and it's like, oh wow, there was no purpose. There was
Yeah.
like, wow, y'all just
Yeah.
kind of left us with that.
there's
And
no
that was it.
flair even.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, they just slapped Halo onto it, and it's like,
Yeah.
Halo game.
Halo game. Yeah. And their TV series is trash.
Oh my
Have you
god,
guys
it's
seen it?
awful.
I don't-
It's
I
terrible.
hate the TV
I
See,
haven't
look,
seen
the
it.
moment they took off Master Chief's helmet, I'm like, nope,
Stupid.
it's over. Yep, I was
And
like, it's
everyone's
done.
it's crazy. They know everyone's complaining
Oh, yeah.
about it.
Oh, yeah.
You see all the comments, everything, and it's like, and you know, the thing is, you have proof that a show can work keeping the helmet on the whole time with
Yep.
The Mandalorian. That show, you kept the helmet on the
Even
whole
though
time.
they took it off anyway.
Well, they took it off, yeah, but like
It was at the end, though.
you take it off for a few seconds just to, I guess,
Well,
show like, hey, it was Pedro the whole time.
They've been doing a lot of things though with that. Like Avatar just recently came out. I've heard
Yeah.
mixed opinions on that one.
I watched the first episode last night. I
Sorry.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Did you guys see it yet? Or
No.
I haven't had time, unfortunately.
I can't bring myself to. I heard that the original creators of Avatar left.
Yeah.
That was the first like
Red flag.
bright,
Yeah.
vibrant red flag
Yeah.
out of that show. And then they said they're taking the childlike, whimsical wonder out of Aang. I'm like, okay, now I'm definitely not watching this. And then they're like, we're gonna take all of the, you know how like Sokka's like basically sexist in the first like
Yes,
5 episodes.
that was
They're
what
like,
got me too. Like,
they're like, we're just gonna take that out. I'm like, okay, so no character development. Now I'm absolutely not watching this show.
yeah.
It's not Avatar. It's just.
I remember
some-
when I read that too. That goes back to. I mean, I mentioned to them. I was like, "What did we talk about? Where media or movies are going with woke culture?"
that's something.
That's a whole other conversation.
Don't
But
get Adam
going-
started. He'll start going off.
But
on
going
it.
to that with Sokka, it's like that was part of the character. Like you're being so
Yeah.
sensitive at that point.
Yeah.
Like no one would have cared. Like
Yeah.
we all like it's just weird because it worked so well in the cartoon,
did.
and when no one
No one had a
blinked an
problem
eye,
with
no
it.
one had a problem with it. But now all of a sudden we're so conscious of things
know.
that we have to ruin it in different adaptations.
Yeah.
And people can say it's not ruined, you're just changing it, but it's like no, like it's pointless changes. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's pointless change. Have your own creative twist to things, but don't take away
Yeah, don't
certain
take away
things
certain
because
things,
you're
yeah.
scared of how a small group of people are going to feel
Exactly.
about a product, and it's silly. That's what happened a little bit with Star Wars. A little bit,
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
a little bit, a little bit. Are we all Star Wars fans in this room?
Yeah.
I enjoy Star
enjoy
Wars.
Star
Yeah.
Wars.
We'll say-
Adam,
are you-
I wouldn't consider myself a fan as much as you two are,
Yeah.
but I do like the
Adam
media that it
is
puts out.
pure. What is it? 4, 5, and
The
6.
complete
After that, it's
original
over.
trilogy.
Okay.
Oh, here you go. Yep, there you go. See,
I-
that started.
So I've seen the original trilogy, the prequels. I saw 7 and 8. I don't consider myself. I stopped after 8. I was like, no more Star Wars.
Should have stopped at 7.
As you should. And number 8 is pretty much where a lot of people turn their heads.
Yeah, because I enjoyed Star Wars as much as any kid did growing up, but when I saw Episode 8, I was like, that's where this franchise is headed.
Yeah.
And I said no more, not doing it anymore. I was convinced to watch Andor, which was actually good,
Interesting.
but
I was bored with that one. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, again, everything's subjective.
Yeah, everything's
but
subjective.
I think it was that one had slow pacing in my opinion. I see what they were going with though, like really gritty war, but it felt a little too slow paced for me.
You didn't like the politics.
Yeah, that a lot of the talking scenes, which I get why people can find it impactful and like, oh, this is great, like they're building stuff up. I call myself like just like tuning out. I think just with the way some things were just kind of handled, at least. Yeah, when they were handled. But yeah, no. 8. It's funny because when you guys saw 8, because Adam clearly here was like he could tell he could tell right away. I was in denial. I was in denial because I was such a. I remember I left the theater. I was with my buddy and we looked at each other like, that was all right. Yeah, we didn't love
tried
it.
to cope.
We already knew we knew we didn't love it, but we were trying to find reasons why it was good. Because we were like, no, like that was okay. That was okay. And the more we sat on it, we were like, no, that was rough.
No, that was a genuinely awful movie. Actually,
It's actually a really bad film.
It's just like I don't know. They made the terrible decision to take off J.J. Abrams for the second movie.
Well, there was no plan.
I know, but I'm just saying they had the original plan. I thought was to keep him for all 3. Wasn't
well,
it?
no, I
it
was under the impression. I thought, well, from it was supposed to be JJ, Ryan, and then Colin Trevorrow, who takes episode 9.
Okay.
And then Colin Trevorrow backed out because Ryan Johnson completely threw everything off with his decisions
Fair.
in episode 8.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. But yeah, it's not going down really a good path.
Yeah, no. I think the animated is holding through for Star Wars.
Bad Batch is
is goated.
Bad Batch is good.
I have not seen it. Like you're gonna really lose respect for me. I haven't even watched all of the Clone Wars. I never got around to watching that. I'm not saying it's bad. I would like to.
Here's what I'll
I
say.
just haven't found the time.
Here's what I'll say about the animated stuff.
First 2 seasons you can cut out.
It's like it would be great if everyone could watch it, but
it's long.
It's just it is a lot. There's a lot to catch up on.
But
It's one of
I've
those
heard
things.
that it is so good.
It's
And
great.
There's like a piece of me that's like,
But there's also episodes that
you gotta watch
suck.
Clone Wars.
Oh my gosh.
No, there's episodes.
Do you remember
that,
the movie, like the standalone movie they did for the Clone
Yeah,
Wars? That
I
was
didn't.
awful.
I
It was
didn't,
terrible.
I didn't like the movie. But there's episodes in that show where I'm like, this is hot garbage.
Yeah.
Because they focus. I think opposed to them trying to go woke with things, what I also don't like is when they go too kiddie with things too.
You're
Well, they
right.
did that.
I
They
get it.
started off kiddie, and then
'Cause
they
there's a demographic.
grew. Yeah, then they grew because they realized their demographic was growing
Yeah.
up. So
But the thing, like, I get that there's demographic for the kids, but sometimes they just do too much. And like, again, I mean, there was a lot of that in episode 8 as well. But yeah, I hope that they find some redemption a little bit, man. Hope they find some redemption in that little bit.
too.
They're gonna have to re-canonify all the stuff because there's all that extra material that was written by third parties, and they just said, no, none of it's true. We're doing our own thing.
They dropped the ball big time, and because you just can't do it now, I feel like we're just not putting at least Han, Luke, and Leia in a scene together in the new trilogy. Because then, I mean, Carrie Fisher passed away. Which here's a hot take.
Oh, here we go.
Here's a hot take, and I wonder what you guys think too. When she passed away, of course, they just did CGI. Keeping. I personally, a lot of people are like, no, I think they should just put another actress in to finish the story. Because you were limited. You were limited to finishing Leia's story at that point.
That is a hard decision to make.
It
It's
is.
like, this person has died. Do we recast or do we CGI?
Yep.
Because the way it ended,
standpoint.
the way it ended, I feel like you were so limited with the rest of the footage you had. Like it was like, and I was like, just it was such a big character, and I get like people there would have been riots probably for recasting, but you could send it off better that way.
Yeah.
And,
Well, you also have the whole thing too with Carl Weathers. Rest his soul. But I mean, what are you going to do with that as well?
That too.
Because he's a big character in The Mandalorian, so it's kind of like, oh, do you recast?
Or do you CGI?
And if you CGI it, if it looks terrible, then that's
If
just
you
they're gonna.
if you CGI, you have to pay them so much money to do a really good job.
It needs to look good.
It needs to look really
needs to look good.
And you're gonna tell no matter how well they do it that it's CGI.
Yeah.
Obviously because they're dead, but also because there's just ways to tell.
Yeah.
But you just got to make it look good because if you don't, you got to find another person.
Yeah.
It's always a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
Because I personally don't mind recasting.
Yeah.
Because it allows you to finish the character's story, but it also people just grow attached to actors in certain roles. Like you got Harry Potter coming out in a couple of years that they're making a show for.
Yeah, making a show.
Is,
That's
gonna be
that is
crazy.
Not gonna
happen.
happen.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gonna
not
be
gonna
crazy.
That's
It's gonna
gonna
be
be
terrible.
that
Actually,
is-
the other example I had in mind was Magical Beasts. when now Johnny Depp didn't die, but he had that whole court
recast,
case.
Yeah, that was a bad recast.
And
yeah,
see, here's the thing. Johnny Depp did a beautiful job as I just forgot his name. Grindelwald. Thank you. And they got Mads Mikkelsen to do the third movie as Grindelwald.
Right.
Now,
they both did great jobs.
They both did great jobs.
It was just weird.
But it was just weird not seeing Johnny Depp because
it is like the elephant in the room thing. It's like we get it, but it's like, man, it's not the same face.
So you'll recast if you don't like the public perception of the actor right now, but you won't recast if the person
passes away.
Right. So it's so weird.
Yeah.
And another movie where I think should have recasted. I mean, you went a really bad route was the Black Panther series. Of when Chadwick died, I immediately told myself recast because this character just started in the MCU.
What did they do? I never saw the second one.
They gave it to the sister.
The sister is the Black Panther. Yeah.
They gave it to the sister.
Okay, so now I know not to watch the movie.
Got it.
Thank you for letting me know.
It's not great. The best part was Namor, but that's not even saying much.
Namor
that's not even saying much in itself.
Well, that's the thing with Marvel too. Is like,
Marvel.
It's a joke.
Yeah, Marvel is a joke. Have you
They
seen the stuff
stopped
about Madam Web?
Oh, Madam Web. I haven't seen it. I have no.
Don't watch.
They're reusing footage.
Yeah.
You guys see they're reusing Spider-Man 2 footage. Like they're apparently. This is a clip I saw. There's where one of the Spider Women are swinging like a point of view. They borrowed someone. Like maybe they thought the nerds wouldn't catch it, but we're gonna catch it. We're gonna catch it. Yeah. There's literally a scene of Tobey Maguire point of view swinging through New York City, and it's the same exact shot.
Wow.
It has no like multiverse reference. It's just a reuse shot for reuse shot purposes, which is ridiculous.
I literally told Michael this too. I was like, Sony needs to. They need to get rid of the rights to Spider-Man
Give
from
it back.
Sony because they're doing an awful job at it.
Yeah.
Also, on another hand,
or crazy idea, actually make good movies.
Yeah.
Hard to do.
Well, what's crazy is they're doing a great job with the animated stuff.
Oh yeah.
They're making good content with that. But also, I think what can save the day. It's going to be tough though with the hole they're in because they delayed Kraven because I think they're seeing that.
Well, they see that if it's
their movies aren't doing great. Yeah. I think that what'll save the day is just putting Spider-Man in those movies, and you have 3 Spider-Men to pick from.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you literally do. I think everyone is in agreement. If you just put Andrew Garfield there, we're willing to accept 2 different Spider-Man. We're about to accept 2 different Batmans that are coming our way.
Yeah,
and we'll understand one's universe here, one's universe there. Like I feel like they think it's hard for the audience to grasp that, but
I just had a conversation about that yesterday where Marvel is so bad right now that if DC makes a subpar movie, everyone will think it's so much better than Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's so funny.
This is DC's time to rise.
Especially with the
Big
reboot
DC
they're
guy.
coming up on.
I'm so excited.
If Marvel keeps flopping and then James Gunn comes in with Superman Legacy and all those,
I've heard some things about.
I
Superman
hope
Legacy.
he doesn't blow it.
Yeah.
I really hope he doesn't blow it.
I think he knows that he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's allowed to take his sweet time because Marvel's putting out crap right now.
Yeah. If anything, and now's exactly. It's like now's the time, for the perfect time for this universe to get started up because Marvel's down on the ground right now.
And I'm not I don't consider myself like a Marvel or DC fanboy by any means. I'm just now not liking Marvel as much because of the garbage they've been putting out.
Yeah.
DC has so much good content, like Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! When I was a kid watching the animated Justice League
cartoon,
animated DC,
they're so
peak.
good.
Yeah.
Their stories are fantastic. I used to watch even the CW Flash show until it got past season 4 and it would turn really bad, and I just stopped.
Yeah.
But DC has a really good everything to work with, and now
the library they have.
The library they have is really good, and I want them to put something out that's just I need it. I want it.
Have you watched The Expanse?
No. Okay. Expanse.
Sorry.
No.
I'm surprised that you brought that up before I did.
I was gonna bring it up because I knew that he was gonna bring it up at some point.
What's The Expanse?
Yeah, go ahead. What's The
I
Expanse?
feel like I've heard that one.
Go ahead.
I'll give this one to you.
Okay.
You're reading the books right now.
It is a realistic sci-fi series based in kind of based in our world, but they get really realistic with the physics of space travel and whatnot.
Okay.
So it's a show right now. They've got 6 seasons. There might be a 7, 8, and 9, but there's a large time jump between 6 and 7, so they're kind of waiting on that. But great show, good mystery, great characters. they all have very well done backstories, and the actors who portray them are good. The story is very thought provoking, and just the cinematography of how it's all shot in space, and the worlds they go to just look great.
Who's in it, actor wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know any of the actors.
Did you? I just found this out recently. Did you ever watch Sky High?
Yeah.
Do you know War and Peace? He's the main character.
Which one was Which one was
The fire hands.
the main
guy.
Fire hands
He's the
guy.
fire
Okay.
guy.
He's
the
the main
heartthrob
character
for every middle school girl.
He's
He's the main character.
him.
I know. I just
Really?
found it out because I was watching a TikTok, and it's like, oh, this is the original crew of Sky High growing up, and I swiped. I'm like, wait a second, that's the main character of
That's
The Expanse.
crazy.
Like, what is going on?
That's crazy.
But he's the main character. There's no
Not
like
any
big
big
names.
name actors.
Yeah, no.
There's no
Okay.
A-list
'Cause it's-
actors on there.
It started off on a cable TV
TV
channel,
show, yeah.
Sci-Fi,
Now it's on streaming. I'm assuming.
and
yeah.
then Amazon
Prime.
picked it up for seasons 4, 5, and 6.
That's cool.
The
The budget
I'll have
probably
to
went
check
up.
that out.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan, but that's
It's-
just...
Because you have trash taste.
okay, no, look. If I
Well, what kind? Well, is it action packed or slow pace? Like,
It's
It
got
is
a bit of
build up.
everything.
it's like
Little bit of everything.
politics, stuff
Okay.
like that.
It's the politics between Earth, which is all united. It's like Earth, Mars, and the belt, the asteroid belt.
okay.
And it's like those are the three different factions basically. And the main crew is kind of like a mix of all, and it's like this unbiased sort of like just power crew, I guess you could say, that does all these missions and does just
Is it Star Trekky in a way?
No,
not anyway. No,
It's very grounded in reality.
Maybe that's why I
Okay.
don't like
The
it. It wasn't
only-
like Star Trek.
The only like unrealistic thing is that they invented was the way space travel works. So they invented some way for engines to constantly accelerate, and then at a technically an infinite rate. And then when they get halfway to their destination, they flip around and start to decelerate. So that's how they maintain. That's how they maintain gravity
that
on the
makes
ship.
so much more sense. I had forgotten about that, and I'm like, why is the camera going that way?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
I was so lost
And
because
watched
there
the
was
whole
some
show and didn't catch
we just
on.
caught that raw moment.
They-
from
Yeah,
Michael.
I know,
Because they probably explained that in seasons 1 and 2 that I watched like years ago, and then I watched seasons 1 and 2 years ago, and then I picked it up like a few weeks ago or a month ago, watching 3, 4, and 5 and 6
Every night.
every night.
Every night.
It was like whenever I was done with my
I'd
homework,
see
or done
him.
with video games.
I'd see him
I
sit on the
just-
couch, watch the show, get up the next morning. He's sleeping on the couch. Get home. He's still watching the show. And then
Yeah, I'd sleep on the couch, go to work, come home, watch the show. It's oh gosh, it's so good.
I have to put that in your agenda. That sounds cool. I think so. It's like speaking of sci-fi, like what's a great movie? Interstellar.
I love Interstellar.
Because
like
you talking
Interstellar,
about the time travel thing or whatever, like the space travel thing. Like I think that movie did a really good job, kind of showing like,
Battlestar
how
Galactica.
time moves with space and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that stuff is crazy, dude. Yeah.
You watch that one?
Battlestar
Galactica?
Galactica. Never watched
Wow,
Battlestar
okay.
Galactica. I know about it.
are weird.
Dad just wasn't. I think I just adopted a lot of things Dad liked, but Battlestar Galactica I never got into. Was that something you guys watched?
I watched it. Yeah.
You watched
They
that?
haven't watched
I
it
did
yet.
not watch it.
I recommended it to him as well. So.
Yeah, the Star Wars and Star Trek were the only two like big nerd ones that I.
Yeah, the biggest one for us was Arcane. You've watched
Yeah.
Arcane?
Arcane, no.
Oh my gosh!
Isn't that a
That's the League of Legends TV
It's
show.
a movie. It's a show based off the League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the characters.
I figured
used.
because a lot of people who didn't even play the game were telling me to
Yeah,
watch.
Jella watched
Yeah.
it, and she doesn't even
Jella,
play it. And she said it
that's
was
exactly.
really good.
She did her typical. Have you watched this?
Yep.
I'm like,
Mhm.
no, I haven't seen it.
Highly recommend.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is-
It is just
So
really good.
that's
It's
another
just good.
that's another thing we can go on is like video game adaptation in movies or like in shows.
It's not a good ratio.
It's not a good ratio.
It's not a good ratio, but recently
Halo bad.
Okay, well, that's
Warcraft bad.
I'm a sucker.
Sorry if you're gonna get mad at
I'm
me
a
on that
sucker
one.
for the Sonic movies.
Oh,
I don't know
Sonic
if you
ones
guys
are
like the-
decent.
like,
They're
yeah,
okay.
the Sonic
They were
movies.
fun. They were
They're
fun.
fun.
movies, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
exactly.
like
The Mario movie was fun.
Mario
Yeah,
movie's
Mario
fun.
was pretty good.
Chris
I was
Pratt.
just like Chris Pratt playing Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is also
Yes.
Garfield now.
Yeah.
Well, he's everyone now.
They're just casting him as.
Yeah, now they're making that the Borderlands movie.
Yeah, I didn't hear
As
things about
Jack
that.
looks
Jack
bad.
Black is Claptrap.
That's the
Yeah.
only exciting thing about the trailer to me.
Yeah.
But everything else, I was like, I'm not a big boy. I played the game. I never dove too deep in it. But seeing Kevin Hart just takes me out.
Yeah, it takes me out.
Immediately.
Thought they should have chose The
Immediately.
Rock at
Kevin
least
Hart
if
can
they
only
wanted
play Kevin
something.
Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Hart plays Kevin Hart. Chris Pratt
And you can
plays
tell
Chris Pratt.
he's really trying
He
in
is,
that
yeah.
trailer. He's really trying to show
Not
us not be Kevin
not
Hart.
be Kevin
like,
Hart, yeah.
But it's like no, like it's Central
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Here's my thing: if Claptrap is just going to be a voice, just get the original voice actor. Why just make
the
Jack
issue,
Black
man.
the voice
Too much money,
actor
bro. Too much
Yeah.
money.
to make these people be like, oh my gosh, Jack Black's in
Who
it.
was
It's
it? It
automatically
was
good.
Robin Williams with Aladdin, because before that you had special voice actors.
Yeah.
That were there. They only did voice acting. But with Robin Williams, he said he wanted the marketing to not feature his name hardly at all, because that would take away from the talent the voice actors brought. And then, of course, they made him like part of the face of their marketing campaign.
Yeah.
And that has had a ripple effect today.
Well, that
where-
was a big thing too when Aladdin came out. When people were hearing that Will Smith was going to be the genie or whatever.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, you can't do that. Robin Williams is such a good actor." Oh, and it's like he actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
saw it, but
I mean, it was odd, but I mean, he did a good job for what he could do. You know. So,
Yeah,
can't
well,
complain.
it was what it was. It was like, okay, yeah, sure. But
day, my
it's
guy.
okay. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
But that's I think movies have gone towards like, let's just put whatever. I think that Chris Pratt as Mario is the biggest like evidence of that, because I feel like he had there was no reason. There's nothing special.
Yep.
I think I remember seeing an article. They built it up like, wow, Chris Pratt is doing a voice like none of us have heard before, and it was like, it was him.
It's his normal voice.
It was his
just-
normal
he was just
voice
talking.
with maybe a little
Italian. Yeah, that's
Italian,
it.
a little
Not-
racist
maybe not
Italian
even-
sound. I don't know.
it's a me, Mario.
It's a me. Like, and then you got Charlie Day's Luigi, which I
That
thought
wasn't bad.
That was
That wasn't
okay.
bad, yeah.
But then Keegan Michael Key actually was trying with Toad. You know?
Jack Black did a great job as Bowser.
Okay, that was
Did a
cool.
great job.
That was
Didn't they get
peak.
the Mario voice actor
To do-
as
he
a
did-
cameo?
yeah, he
they
did
got him as
cameo.
a cameo.
And I'm like, okay, at that point, you've already got him there.
Yeah.
Just have him read the lines.
Yeah. And people, I think their argument was we're all going to get tired of the voice after a while, but I don't think so.
No.
I think even if he were to tweak the original voice, I mean still keep Charles Martinet and then just tweak it a little bit if you want, but keep him. There was no harm in that. They were so scared they were not going to sell tickets if it wasn't attached to Chris Pratt's name.
Well, Mario doesn't talk a lot in
That
the
too.
games, so
yeah.
there's a different skill set of making of a few sound effects.
True.
Yeah.
because that's essentially what most of his.
Well, they did. I
Yeah.
don't. Was he the voice of the cartoon? You remember the cartoon that they made?
No, I don't think
no.
it
Not
was
see the
him.
cartoon?
No.
But I can understand
remember who made
wanting
the
a different
cartoon.
voice
That was
actor
a
for
good one.
Mario, but choosing Chris Pratt
Was
was
just-
horrible option.
was just
Yeah.
we want butts and seats, so
Yeah.
we're going to go
Put
for
a big-
name
big
brand
name.
value, so people will
Yeah.
recognize, oh, I know that person, and they'll come in. And that's why a lot of the reasons why my point with Robin Williams, that a lot of people who just do voice acting, why that's it is dying, because people just want popular actors with a face that they can put on billboards and whatnot.
Maybe they just
Yeah.
don't put the actors on the movie things, the movie details. So
You're saying don't give credit to
no,
actors?
you're just
It does
no,
not-
no,
it
no,
does
no,
not
no,
work
no,
like that.
No,
Sorry.
you just show up to the movie, figure out who's in it, you're like, oh my gosh, it's him.
Well, I
They
remember
did that with Interstellar, actually.
They did.
Yeah.
They didn't say that Matt Damon was
Yeah,
gonna
Matt
be in the
Damon.
movie.
Yep, they did not.
And
it
then
was
he
shocked.
shows up,
oh
and
my
people
gosh,
were
it was
like,
crazy.
Oh, like the Martians
what is
here?
Matt
Yeah, the
Damon doing here?
Martian.
Yeah,
That was another good
it almost
movie,
felt
by
like
the
a
way.
crossover moment because I was like, wow, we just saw The Martian, and I was like, oh wow, this is a surprise for sure. But I think another movie
movies,
that did
man.
the voice acting thing, where they just grabbed a name to grab a name and didn't show any credit to like the actual voice actors. Space Jam, the number 2.
Yes.
They got
Yes.
Zendaya because I remember
Zendaya?
I was actually Zendaya.
Yeah.
They got her as Lola Bunny.
They did.
and they just promoted. She's here as Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
But like literally Eric Balza, who voices literally every Looney Tune
Character.
you don't see him on any marketing.
Yeah, any marketing.
But he literally voiced every single
Every
character.
character.
They even had Fluffy,
Fluffy.
voice Speedy Gonzalez. And they promoted that, and Speedy Gonzalez had like 5 lines in the whole film. He's like, guess what? He's in this movie too.
Yep.
But
What the
Bugs
heck?
Bunny and Daffy Duck, who actually had a real voice actor, 0 credits. So
That's sad.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
So another thing I wanted to talk. So
Yeah.
have you ever heard about? So there's this big game going around called Helldivers 2. Have you heard about it yet? At all?
No, hell no.
So big game. It's like PvP or PvE. Shoot aliens, shoot
Yeah,
bugs
it's like
and stuff.
you're fighting for
And I-
super Earth and democracy and freedom and liberty.
What does that sound like to you? What movie does that sound like to you? I wanna-
Say it one more time.
You're like these people going down to fight like bugs and robots to defend super Earth and its democracy and freedom and liberty.
What movie does that sound like? It's a jokey movie.
Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I've been trying to tell
Sounds
Michael.
exactly
I
as
was telling
Starship
Michael that we
Troopers.
need to watch it because it's such a good movie. It is peak. I
Yeah.
mean, it's really bad, honestly.
I think
but
I've seen scenes of the first one, but I know the premise.
It's a good
of it.
movie.
Yeah,
It's a good
yeah.
movie,
It's one.
so-
It's like it owns being goofy.
Yeah, and there's like that's another thing we can go with the games too is that like, oh, man, it's just so frustrating playing multiplayer games because they're just so trash.
Yeah.
But you make a basic concept game that has like little things in it.
And its own little flair.
Yeah, its own little flair, and it just blows up.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know ironically, I was trashing sequels at the beginning of this podcast, but Helldivers 2 came out this year. I think it's already going to be one of the best games of the year. It's just, you go in and you're already having a blast with your friends, you know? It's a really fun gameplay loop. You just like, you go into these hell pods is what they call them. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking everything.
You got some Halo-esque, to
Yeah,
it,
going into these cell pods, like dropping on the planet, and you're immediately like in the action. Like you got like a shotgun, like shooting bugs and whatnot.
This upgraded because it was originally top
down, yeah.
Yeah.
like Halo Wars style.
Yes,
type strategy based,
exactly,
that type of
yes.
thing.
Kind of, but not really.
Are you
but-
guys big on that style? I wanted to
RTS?
ask. Like,
That's
I guess
RTS
RTS
games,
is
right?
that
RTS
RTS?
games.
Like when it's
I
like
played StarCraft 2.
Yeah,
That
Adam.
was fun.
yeah.
Me, I put a little bit. I wasn't too big on it.
I play Civ.
Oh, Civ.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know what Civ is?
No.
Civilization.
It's Risk.
Yes.
Kind of like Risk, but not really.
Okay.
It's more like, how would you say? It's like civilization builder, like
he's
city builder.
He's probably got the brain for
he
it. Yeah.
is a very
right.
he likes seeing numbers go up.
Sure.
So
I have several thousand hours in RuneScape.
I love that.
yeah, so he plays like RuneScape and
World of
World of
Warcraft.
Warcraft, like stuff like that. That's his.
Okay.
That's it. Actually, I should have said that.
So that's your
his bread and butter.
That's your bread and
yes,
butter.
that's his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He-
Okay.
You know, he just likes that type of stuff. Me and Michael, on the other hand, are more like ADHD. Like we gotta shoot.
No,
everything.
I'm a child. I'm a
Yes.
child when it comes to video
Yes.
games. It's like, I don't want to think too much, but
Yes.
because that's a whole nother beast is games like that.
Oh my
I got a
gosh.
lot of hours in Warframe.
Oh yeah,
That's one of
Warframe.
my games.
Yeah, yeah. My cousin plays that one a lot too.
Oh, I saw your when you and JC went to someone's house and he was playing a game on the computer. Who was it? Was that her brother?
No, it was her little brother playing.
Yeah.
It was the driving one.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Because we
cracking
were at
me
a
up.
cousin's house and he
So
was playing
funny.
that.
Yeah.
One game that he was having us play there was Lethal Company.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
That's
that was
that's good.
That
That's
was
fun
That's a
one.
fun game.
huge game when it first came out.
Yeah,
as well.
that's a fun game.
another one where it's like, play with your friends and it's
Just have a fun game.
super
That's
simple.
what we call where our brother coined it the term the streamer game. Games like that and like Phasmophobia
Yep.
and the SCP game where it's just like games that these streamers can play with their friends. And you know,
you
it's
wanna
like
make-
a fad for a few months or so, and then
If you want to make a successful game right now, just make it, play with friends. Don't make it such big scale, and you'll succeed 100%.
Let your friends get up to shenanigans.
Yes.
And that's how you.
That's just kind of how
It'll get
how it
popular.
has to go.
Oh, you'll blow up. It's that's just the way that it works because everyone's sick and tired of the way that games are being made now. With we upgraded our graphics from you'll get 58 FPS to now 60 FPS. We're like, great.
What kind of skin is on my gun?
Yeah,
Type
exactly,
all that stuff.
exactly.
Yeah. Because that's what every game is going to. Yeah, they're just kind of everyone's going to.
It's a big
to that trend.
monetization scheme.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you guys like turn-based games? Do you guys like?
Civilization.
Civilization is a turn-based
Oh, okay,
game. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, those. I mean,
I'm a
I
big fan of
dabble-
Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Have you heard
That's
about that one? That one's like D&D.
I've heard of
D&D
it.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Okay.
popular, very very popular. I like those type of games. I play pretty much anything. I'm not really too,
As long as it's just fun.
yeah. As long
as
as
long
it's
as
fun.
it's
And that's
fun.
hard to find nowadays.
I have Tabletop Simulator, and we play Twilight Imperium on it.
Yeah.
No.
Which
and
is,
you can play Twilight Imperium, Catan, like anything.
Anything.
So that's
really.
turn-based.
Yeah. We've been playing Magic.
We gotta start making just video game. You gotta make video game content with these guys,
Yeah, I know.
man.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I know, you guys are
Make a
crazy.
YouTube channel or something. Yeah.
yeah.
Because you guys got the real nitty gritty stuff.
Have you heard
man.
about Magic? Do you know what Magic is?
Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering.
I've heard of that
It's a
one
card
too.
game. Yeah, we play that one a lot. so.
I'm big into Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering.
Cardboard crack.
Yeah. It's actually made by the same people who made D&D. My friend got me into it summer of 22.
Yep, 22. Because that's when you started your addiction.
That's when I started my addiction.
This downward spiral.
Yeah.
Are you still in a what's it called? People call it. Are you still currently in one?
Are you
Not
in a
really.
remission?
continuing a series or whatever the D&D people call it, or Magic
Oh,
the
a
Gathering?
campaign?
A campaign. There we go. Are you still in a campaign?
Kind of. It's with Adam and a few of our friends.
Cool,
But we
yeah.
haven't done a session in several months because just like work and
Scheduling,
school and
yeah,
scheduling.
Because it takes a
As
lot of
we're-
time.
Takes a
Because
lot of time
I've
every
had
day.
several friends trying to create a campaign, and I could never put one together because I know it's overwhelming. But I tell them I want to join in on one
Oh,
and check
you
it out.
you would kill it.
And
Yeah.
because there's a lot of improv and acting involved. And
Yes,
I was like,
you
I
would
wa-
love it.
I was like,
Michael-
I would.
He's a bard. He's a bard.
yeah,
He's so
yeah.
easily a bard.
So
bard.
basically, there's this character that Michael has. I'd walk into his room. So basically,
Gatraxia.
you have certain specs on your characters where like strength, intelligence, dexterity, and one of Michael's characters had no intelligence.
I have 2 in intelligence and a 3 in wisdom. I am
That's at
as
a
dumb
1
as a
to
rock.
20.
Yeah, so he's dumb as a rock, and when he acts, it is. Can you do it, please? Like,
Okay, but like the funny thing about it is I got like a 20 in strength and like an 18 in
So he's beefy.
dexterity.
He's a big boy.
I am like, as our DM called it, chiseled by the gods, but I am so dumb. And I do a funny voice for the character because he doesn't really use his
I love
brain
this.
when he thinks.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Gatraxia.
So it's
you
your
just
turn.
every time
just wants to eat food.
every time he does something, he talks like that, and I just lose it every time. And it's just
Because I'm a rage barbarian, so like I don't use magic. I'm just a big guy with my 2 axes, and I hit things as hard as I can.
Yeah.
He's like, Gatraxia uses rage, and then he just like sort of beats up on the enemy.
Yeah. I almost would love to if me and JC ever go to like Liberty or something.
yeah, you have to come
Check that
yeah,
out.
and
'Cause
then
I always talk to her about that, like going there, see you, and
yeah,
Jella
we
and all.
so we don't have a center yet, but we're like I said, we're in the process of getting one. So
Do some
shout
content
out,
there.
Shout out to my boy Adam, other Adam, SGA Adam.
Who we met at a Texas
Oh my gosh, so
Roadhouse
we-
because he heard them call me Coach Adam.
Yeah, so like literally stroke of God, because we're at Texas Roadhouse because Michael said, "Oh, I've never been to Texas Roadhouse before," and we're like,
Whoa.
we're going to Texas Roadhouse." And so I literally only got a cactus blossom, and then I ate like so much bread, it was ridiculous.
That's all you need.
Yes, that's what
That's
I
all you need,
yeah,
really.
He Adam ate it, and he was like, "This bread is crack." And I was like, "Yes, it's so true."
The cinnamon butter, man.
dude.
Yeah.
But
So
anyways,
good.
so we were at Texas Roadhouse, and it's with our whole league team. So there's 5 of us. We're telling, Coach Adam, and this guy goes, "Hey, Coach Adam," and we're like, "Who the heck is this guy?" And then find out that he's just messing around with us, and he was wondering. And then he came over, and he's like,
Because his name was also Adam.
yeah, his name was Adam, and he's like, "Oh, I'm an SGA, and I heard about this esports thing." He was like, "So how do you guys like relate to it?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm the director of esports." And
Wow.
So then we go talk to him, and man, couldn't have gotten someone better. Like, this is a freshman coming into Liberty,
Yeah.
already passed like 4 resolutions already in SGA, and he's just a freshman. So it's like, I mean, a stroke of luck from God.
That's crazy how that panned out.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it was literally a God.
That's God
like,
working.
wow,
That's
God.
Wow,
you know?
God.
Yeah.
A God sighting.
God sighting.
Here's
Yeah,
your God sighting.
literally, like,
Exciting.
Nice.
got the best person. We went to go meet with the president of like the student government, and he was like, "If you guys want to do this, we got to do it now." Because basically, the guy who's running it, his name's Dondi. He's the president of Liberty. Basically, we put anything in front of him, he's signing right now. So if we put it in front of him, he signs it, then hopefully we'll get something done.
That's
So
exciting.
now-
man.
go.
Now he's gonna watch this podcast and not sign out of spite.
Yeah, because he's like, I hate these guys. No, Dondi's great. He's fantastic president.
Yeah.
So.
Dondi Costa.
But yeah, literally all Liberty Esports is a passion project.
Yeah, love that. Yeah.
All student ran. He said
Everyone who plays has their own setup
Yep.
at
That's
their
cool.
apartment or dorm.
Yeah, so basically,
Yeah.
and the thing is like, if we get this center, we like, upgrade, it'll provide, a bunch of students to be able to play on.
Is there a
stuff
way
its own.
people can support like that you got like or
No,
anything?
I
Not
mean,
really.
Not
Follow
yet.
us on
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Pretty much just-
give
on
him
social
some
media.
give him some clout.
Liberty Esports.
The way to
LU
support us
Esports.
is by like
Drawing attention to
drawing
the
attention
Twitch
to us.
streams, yeah, and
Okay.
the thing right now is like, this university wants to see student engagement a lot,
Yeah.
and for us to be able to tie in off campus, on campus, and online is like such a big pool for us, because it's like we have one of the biggest clubs on campus technically,
Yeah.
because
We're
our
not
online
officially
our
a club.
online presence is so big.
There's over 1,000 people on the Discord channel.
That's like I think 500, maybe more than 800 more than like the next club. So it's
just more engagement at the end of the day.
I mean, like
on
socials.
The Twitch streams are always public too, right? And stuff like that. All right, so
and of course, if we perform well in competitions, that helps us as well. But
right.
it's a little hard when you're going up against teams that are getting fully funded by their school.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Building a brand is hard too.
Yeah, that's what, and we've built a brand, but it's just getting supported is the different thing.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so go follow us on socials, Liberty Esports.
Yeah, we'll put that there for you guys.
I'll send it to you as well.
Well, yeah, send me the links. We'll put it down in the description below. But we'll go ahead and see wrap up here because you guys are busy. Got a League of Legends match later.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah. So the way it's going is we do a quick outro. We're just gonna let it out there. All right. Yeah. I'll throw it over to Kaleb and to Michael and to you. Whatever you guys want to pitch or promote.
Cool.
We'll throw it over to you guys. All right. All right, everyone. Well, hey, thanks again for watching this video game talk of Ethan Hahn Plus. We went in deep. We talked about esports. We had the three gentlemen, the director, the coach, and what's your title? You'd say for esports?
I'm the
Player.
The player.
No, I'm the assistant director.
I'm the assistant
director. A director,
Yes.
the assistant director, and the coach of Liberty Esports here in the studio today. Go ahead and show them some support. Again, where can they find you guys on social media?
Liberty Esports. I think that's
on Instagram.
Twitter
and
is
Twitch.
And Twitch. Yep. So just go follow us on there.
And Discord.
And Discord if you want to follow our Discord. So.
We'll go ahead and put all of that up on the screen. But yeah, go ahead and show them some support. If you have any video game questions,
send them in.
Hit them up. Hit them up on if you want to know how to get into esports,
or if you want to come to Liberty, please.
If you're a Liberty student trying to get into esports, go ahead and hit them up as well. But yeah, everyone, remember, if you want to get a hold of me, Ethan Hahn Productions on Instagram. If you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for more episodes. You can get notified there. And you can find this episode on Spotify and Apple. I mean, you're probably already listening to it there, but go ahead and check out on the other platforms. Any more closing words, gentlemen, before we head out of here?
Ooh, wish us luck on this game.
Yeah.
Coming up in half
Go
an hour.
pray
we
for
got to
that.
run to.
There you go. Yeah, you guys gotta go.
Their ADC is Masters. He's going to gap Kaleb. It's going to be rough for him.
The rank differentials are high. But no, just thanks for everyone listening.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Hope you don't like our hot takes on movies and everything.
Yeah.
Michael, you're going to catch heat for that Zelda one.
I don't care. It's a hill I will die on.
I clip a lot of these things out. I'll probably clip that out too.
Yeah,
Let's see what kind of heat.
Thanks. Please follow us on our socials. It helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
And just help us, move forwards better.
All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching. And always remember, this has been Ethan Hahn Plus.
Kaleb.
Michael.
And Adam.
Now some fake talking like in the talk shows.
Oh yes, I do talk a lot.
You do talk a lot.
I do regularly, a lot.
I talk sometimes. Not a lot.
A lot of talking.
A lot of talking.
Actually,
Just like
I
kind
object.
of just talking about
No.
Actually, this
No,
is
no,
going to be
no,
a
no.
podcast.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh,
okay, so
welcome
we're
to
doing a
the
podcast?
Yeah,
We're
doing a
doing
podcast.
this
Right
this
We're
whole
starting
time?
now.
This is not a podcast.
Oh, okay.
So what we've been
That
doing.
was just a test run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
test
test
I have to remember everything I said and say it back again.
Yeah, say it again. I hope you remember. Write it down.
Okay.